Hey y'all, this is Miss Grant doing lesson 24 in the Eureka book. I know it looks funny with my handwritten notes, but this goes along with lesson 24, finding the changing a percent from a fraction to a decimal. Our objective for today is I can write a percent, and I like to use the percent sign because, you know, we like to abbreviate our stuff. Percent as a fraction and decimal. So first off, let's talk about what is a percent. A percent is a ratio that compares a number to 100. Number to 100. And if we break apart the word percent, it's actually pretty interesting. Per is our word for rate, okay, or unit rate. And cent actually means 100. So it's actually a rate per 100, which comes down to a ratio that compares a number to 100. So that's actually pretty cool. The example that I have for you for the definition, let's say I have 45%. It means that it's 45 out of 100, or it's 45 out of 100, or 45 of 100. Okay. And to show percents, we can draw models. Okay. Our model here is a 10 by 10 grid, meaning it has 100 little boxes in here. And to show 45%, we only want to color 45 little boxes. Okay. We know that each column here is 10, so we need 4 10s for the 40. So we just kind of color fun. 2, 3, 4, and we need 5 small boxes, 5 units for the 5 singles there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's 45%. You can also draw the model with a bar here, meaning from 0 to 100, and each box here is 10%, and we need 45, so we're going to count out 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. But since I need 45, I need to go in between 40 and 45. So I can color all of this, meaning that's 45%. So we have our definition, we have an example, and we have 2 beautiful models. Okay. All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty here. We got 3 sections in front of us today. Section A, we're going to write a percent as a fraction. And in order to do that, we first write the percent as a rate per 100, and then we simplify it. So for our first example, write 50% as a fraction in simplest form, meaning we got to reduce it. So 50% means 50 out of 100, so that's a reminder for y'all. So first we start off with the definition of percent. Okay, I should do this in pencil. So we have 50%, which means it's 50 out of 100. And then we're going to simplify using the GCF. And if we find the greatest common factor of 50 and 100, it's going to be 50, so we're going to divide top and bottom by 50, and we're left with 1/2. So that is our percent as a fraction. All right, let's look at our second example. In a recent survey, 55% of cell phone owners said that they text message. What fraction of cell phone owners is this? First, we want to find the definition of percent. Okay. Our number is 55, so we have 55%, which means 55 over or of 100. Then we're going to simplify, and we're going to simplify using the GCF. So if you find the greatest common factor of 55 and 100, you're going to get 5. So we're going to divide top and bottom by 5. And 55 divided by 5 is 11, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. And we're left with 11/20ths. All right, section 2, to change a percent to a decimal, remove the percent sign, then move decimal 2 places to the left. Okay. We've got 2 examples here. We have 45%. So first, we're going to remove the percent sign. Bye. Then we're going to take the decimal. And remember, all whole numbers have an imaginary decimal in the back. Okay. And we're going to move it 2 places to the left, which means we are then left with 0.45. Let's take 9%. First, we're going to get rid of the percent sign, so we're left with 9. Then we're going to take that decimal behind 9 and move it 2 places to the left. 1, 2. Now, I have a space here, and the only number I can put as a placeholder is going to be 0. So then I'm left with 0.09 as my decimal. Easy. Changing a percent to a decimal is the easiest one. All right, for C, to write a fraction as a percent, find equivalent ratios with 100 as a denominator, okay? So remember, it's a percent, it's out of 100, which means our denominator needs to be 100, okay? Now, given any kind of fraction, we need to turn that denominator into 100. There are certain numbers being a denominator that will help us get to 100, or numbers that we can turn into 100, or turning a number into one of these numbers and making it into 100. These are going to be the factors of 100. The factors is what you want as the denominators to help it be 100. Okay. So if we talk about the factors of 100, what two numbers can we multiply together to make 100? And remember, they all come as pairs. Okay. 1 times 100 is 100. We have 2 times 50 is 100. We have 4 times 25 is 100, because 25 cents, you need 4 quarters to make $1. You have 5 times 20. And then finally you have 10 times 10. These are our wonderful factors of 100. These are what you want as your denominators, or if you're able to turn a number into one of these, then you can make it into 100 as a percent. Okay. We're going to use this in our next 2 examples. Okay. So first, write the fraction 6/8 as a percent. Okay. So first, we're going to take 6/8. If we look at 6/8, 8 is not one of our factors here, but can we turn 8 into one of these factors? Absolutely we can. We can turn our 8 into the 4. So we need to make 8 into a 4. In order to do that, we need to simplify it or reduce it. Okay? So we need to reduce it by some number so that our denominator is 4. In that case, 8 divided by some number is 4. We know 8 divided by 2 equals 4. And whatever you do to the bottom, you got to do to the top as well, which means 6 divided by 2 is 3. So now we have 3/4. Okay? 4 is one of our fancy factors here, which we can make into 100. Okay? So our second step is to write equivalent ratios, which means ratios that equal each other. We have 3/4 equals. One is the fraction, 3/4. The other is the ratio. The other ratio is the unknown over 100. So we want the unknown over 100 because, again, with a percent, our denominator needs to be 100. Okay? Then we ask ourselves, we use what we know to find what we don't. Okay? 4 times what number is 100? We can actually use our list of factors to help us. 4 times what number is going to give us 100? That's going to be 25. And whatever we do to the bottom, meaning multiply times 25, we're going to do that same thing to the top, times by 25. So we have 3/4 equals 3 times 25 is going to give us 75 over 100. And we know this as a percent is 75%. So that's our answer, 75%. Now, I'm asking you to write 75% as a decimal to practice what we learned in Part B. So if we take 75%, we get rid of the percent sign. We take 75, it has a decimal. We move it how many places to the left? 2. 1, 2. And then our answer is going to be 0.75 as a decimal. All right, last one. Write the fraction 9/12 as a percent. Okay. Again, when we look at 9/12, okay, is 12 one of the factors of 100? Don't see it. But can I turn 12 into one of these numbers? Absolutely, I can turn it into 4. Okay? So I need to simplify it. Okay? So we have our 9/12. We're going to divide 9/12 by some number so that our denominator is going to be 4. 12 divided by what number is 4? Well, that's going to be 3. And whatever I divide the bottom by, I have to do to the top. So I'm going to divide it by 3 on the top. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And we're left with 3/4 again. This looks awfully familiar. Okay, so we're just going to practice writing the equivalent ratios. One is the fraction being 3/4. The other ratio is the unknown over 100. Okay, and again, using our factors here, using what we know, 4 and 100, to find what we don't, 3 and the question mark. 4 times what number is 100? We look at our factors here. 4 times what number is going to give us 100, and that's 25. And because we multiplied by 25 on the bottom, we're going to do the same thing to the top, multiply by 25. And that's going to give us 75. So, and 3/4 is equivalent to 75 over 100, which equals our 75%. Alright guys, you were able to convert a percent to a fraction and a decimal. Good luck. If you have any other questions, please ask your teacher. Have a great day.